Well, we have all heard of Watergate, but have you ever heard of the Guardian Gate? This is a story of the Guardian propaganda being exposed. Again. Alright, so when it comes to the political left, and not just the actual political system, but of course in the print media and the broadcast media, their bias and hatred is so hardwired. And when I say their oppositional hatred, it's not just against the Tories, but small c conservatives, British conservatism, free market, individual liberty, and British culture in general. It is so hardwired that you can see their bias just coming out of nowhere without them even noticing. This is a story of John Stonehouse. John Stonehouse, who was a politician, Labour politician, it's nowadays a TV drama about his life. The story is that obviously he was a Labour politician, a bit of a spy, allegedly, and he faked his own death. So some people would remember back in the day the whole story. So there's a new TV drama about him, and he was obviously connected to Harold Wilson, the former Labour Prime Minister. Now, a bit of corruption. He faked his own death, and he got caught. And it was going towards New Zealand or Australia to flee, and he was also allegedly a spy. He got caught. The whole story is about that. Now, The Guardian decided to write an article about this new TV drama that is based on John Stonehouse's life. This was the original headline in The Guardian. Catherine Bennett wrote, John Stonehouse paved the way for today's sleazy Tory MPs, only he didn't get away with it. His rackety life and fake death, as portrayed in a new ITV drama, seems almost quaint compared with the brazenness of members of his party today. His party, as in the Tory party. Catherine Bennett was exposed, and I can imagine, I'm pretty sure that this was just a classic autopilot, subconscious bias sort of situation where she just didn't even know. And she just assumed that, well, he had to be a Tory. Obviously, he faked his own death. That's what a Tory does. So clearly, it wasn't that on purpose. It can't be on purpose. I really refuse to believe it was on purpose, because you would get exposed and you're going to have to change the headline anyway. And that's what they had to do. This is the new headline. John Stonehouse paved the way for today's sleazy members. Only he didn't get away with it. And then at the end says compared with the MPs today. And the Guardian had to release this section as well, saying, Catherine Bennett, Observer columnist, an earlier version of this article mistakenly referred to John Stonehouse as a Conservative MP. Also, just look at this section. This is all they released as some sort of disclaimer or statement. Do you see anywhere a bit of an apology? No. Do you see anywhere where Catherine Bennett herself would actually apologize properly? No. Imagine the outrage if it were the other way around. Imagine the outrage if it was an innocent mistake like this. Innocent mistake, right? For the sake of the argument. Innocent mistake. If it were based on someone on the right-wing media, my Tousi, someone would write something about a left-wing politician who, let's just say, that person is from New Zealand, and I accidentally say they're from Australia. Imagine the outrage from the left. That would be, even though we will be ignorant about it, but it is what it is. If you confuse, I was going to use slightly more radical examples, maybe related to Diane Abbott, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm not getting cancelled again, guys. I refuse to. You do not make fun of Diane Abbott. She's a lovely human. Okay. Let me know what you think of this chaos of the Guardian Gate. I'm Maya TC, and we are the media.